Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer. Today we're taking a look at the Titan chain cable tire chains right here on our 2025 Ram 1500. The tire size we have here today is size 275/65 R18. So double check your tire size of your truck to make sure that you get the right tire chains for you. And there are a bunch of different options for snow traction or driving in the snow with your truck. And this is just gonna be one of them, but definitely the more lightweight, portable, as well as low profile of the different options. So if you're not expecting a major amount of ice, you're not really going mudding, you just need a little bit of traction in the snow, or if maybe your dealership recommends you only use cable chains, that's where these come in handy. Now these are going to be ladder style cable chains, which means they utilize rollers and they go straight across your tires. So if you put these on and it's not quite snowing, you may experience a slight roller skating effect. But if you have a little bit of snow, the rollers will add a little bit of extra traction, but not have as much of a bump on the ground compared to your heavier, more bulky ladder chains. These roller links are going to be made of a low carbon steel. What that means is that after a season, you do need to make sure you take care of these chains, dry them out. Some people even put them in a lubricant as they store them so that they don't rust away. That design makes for something that gives you traction, but does need a little bit of care over the seasons. Here you have our metal insides, and this is going to be what allows your roller links to roll around as you drive around. It also helps prevent buildup of snow over time. You will see that these are very low profile, meaning they don't stick up too far above your tire. If you're concerned about any components behind your tire, like brake lines, things like that, these are going to be Class SAE, Class S certified. Class S just means very low profile chain. These chains are going to arrive in a set of two, one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side. I install the chains on the rear tire of the truck mainly because that's where your drive is, but double check your owner's manual just to make sure that you are following the vehicle instructions for chains. In some situations where chains are not recommended for the vehicle, but your local area does, let's say in order to drive through certain mountain passes, they require that you have at least chains with you. And these are going to be the best option for that because of how low profile they are. Another thing is that they do arrive in this bag. The bag is great for if you need to throw it into your truck or into your cab real quick and you're not really planning on taking out your chains and putting them back pretty often. The reason I say that is because once you have to pack your chains right back up into this bag, it is pretty small and it can be very tricky to put it back in there. So my recommendation in that case is a lot of people just get large plastic totes, fill that with lubricant, and that's where they put their chains and store it in there during the off season. So that could be an option for you, or you could invest in some chains that have a larger and easier container and are designed to last for multiple seasons. So with that in mind, make sure that you're also following the speed limits for chains driving slowly and cautiously. Cable chains really have their own little place in the world, especially for places that just feel a little bit more comfortable with how low profile they are and less likely to tear up the road compared to larger chains. On that note though, that also means they're not as traction giving as larger chains. So it does depend on what type of weather conditions you are expecting. While I like how lightweight they are, how affordable they are, there are some extra metal touch points on the chain that I would like to be mindful of. The main one is going to be the nubs over by where you tighten down the chain. There's just some metal points there that come in contact with the tire that over an extended period of use, I wouldn't be as comfortable with. But for a quick and easy traction chain, this is going to be a great option for you. A lot of people just keep it inside their vehicle because it's so lightweight and compact, and they don't really expect on using it that much, but it is there in case of an emergency. And it's helpful that it's really easy to install this on the tire. So with that in mind, if you're looking for some low profile tire chains, these are going to be a pretty good option for you. If you are okay with investing a little bit more and you may want a little bit more traction and more coverage on the tire, check out the Titan Chain Diamond Pattern snow tire chains, especially the one that is custom fit or a confirmed fit for your tire size for your Ram 1500. Both are solid options depending on the weather conditions. I keep talking about the installation, how easy it is. Well, let's go take a look at that and we'll see how I got these chains on our Ram 1500. Now when you first get your chains, I highly recommend just taking them out the box and dry fitting them onto your truck ahead of time. That way you can confirm that it does fit your specific tire, and then you can get used to the process of installing your chains. Really important to do before you're stranded on the side of the road in the snow. Now I have our tire chain just spread out over here. I like to just spread it out like this so I can make sure and just visually see that all the links look good. I also try to have it facing the right way. So it's going to be very subtle, but there's going to be a hook and then there's going to be a flat side. You want that flat side on the tire and that hook facing away. And in my case here, I have the hook facing up off the ground. You're also going to want to orient yourself to the location of the other hook that goes up front. So once that all looks good, what I then do is I grab the chain by the center and then I just lift it up and over the tire, making sure there's an even length on both sides and just flipping those corners in towards the back because that's where we're going to make our first connection. We're going to make that connection back here. You can see I have the cable and then we have the hook. So we're going to bring the cable in about 2 notches where that will just be enough to secure it but not pull it too tight. You could potentially go up to the 3rd. If you have any excess, make sure to secure it with that cable keeper at the end. Now we're going to go back to the front. Here up front, we're also going to attach that front connection. What I like to do is just like pull on the chain a bit just to make sure I have as much of that pulled out. As I then grab that cable and I fit that in through our hook here. So I think I can get to maybe about 4 notches in, potentially even 5, but we'll do 4. And then you can see here that when I turn this hook, it pulls tight on the whole tire chain, and then I just secure it somewhere along the chain. So this feels pretty good. I'm going to just give this a good tug as well. Everything is secure, but we're going to have one extra little step. Grab a tire chain tensioner, especially one that is designed for trucks since it's going to be a little bit larger. And you're going to hook this into your tire chain. Now this is not included with your kit. You will have to purchase this separately. We can help you out with that process here at etrailer. But you can see how it pulls in on the chain as you drive around. Your chain may adjust on your tire, and that this will adjust with it to keep everything cinched in as you go. After this, repeat the same process on the other side, and then I recommend rolling forward or backward a couple of feet just to make sure that everything is secure, especially if you are doing this during snow season before you drive off and away. If everything looks good, then that's going to be about it for the installation of your tire chains on your 2025 Ram 1500.